During her confirmation hearing, Attorney General nominee Pam Bondi engaged in a contentious exchange with Senator Adam Schiff, Democrat California, marked by sharp accusations and rebuttals. Bondi, pressed on issues ranging from alleged 2020 election fraud to the preservation of evidence from the January 6th investigation, maintained her commitment to legal ethics and process while challenging Schiff's credibility.
Can't answer the question. Let me ask you a different, what should be a simple truth, not a hard one. Was there massive fraud affecting the result of the 2020 election? Yes or no?
Senator, I'm glad you asked that question. If you'll let me answer what I saw in Pennsylvania.
No, I asked a simple question about massive fraud.
I can only tell you what I saw.
No, I know you want to answer a different question, but my question is, can you tell us whether there was massive fraud affecting the results of the 2020 election? Yes or no? Was there or was there not?
I can tell you what I saw when I went as an advocate to the campaign.
That's not my question. So you can't answer that question. You can't speak that even easy truth to us, let alone to the president. So let me ask you a different question. It will also be important that you give good advice to the president. Are you prepared to advise the president not to pardon people who beat police officers?
Senator, as I said, the pardons are at the direction of the president. We will look and we will advise. I will look at every case on a case. Let me finish on a case-by-case basis.
Okay, good.
And I abhor violence to police officers.
Follow up with that. So will it be your advice to the president, Mr. President? I know you said you want to issue hundreds of pardons on day one. Will it be your advice to the president? No, Mr. President, I need to go over them on a case-by-case basis. Do not issue blanket pardons. Will that be your advice to the president?
Senator, I have not looked at any of those files. If confirmed, I will look at the files.
And will you be able to review hundreds of cases on day one?
I will look at every file I am asked to look at.
Of course you won't. So will you advise the president?
Can I answer the question?
Well, my question
I would have plenty of staff. You said, of course you want.
You'll be able to review hundreds of cases on the first day?
I'm not going to mislead this body, nor you.
All right, let me ask another question. You don't want to answer that. Let me ask
you. You were censured by Congress, Senator, for comments just like this that are so reckless.
It will also be important for you to be able to preserve the records, the evidence of the department. Are you ready to commit that none of the evidence in the January 6th investigation will be destroyed under your watch?
Senator, I will follow the law. I will consult with ethical officials in the department.
Do you see any ethical basis to destroy evidence in the January 6th investigation? Then why can't you answer the question? Why can't you say, I commit to this committee, we will never destroy the evidence in the January 6th investigation? Why can't you give this committee and the American people that assurance?
Are you frightened because evidence was destroyed against President Trump that was false? Is that why you're frightened now?
Why do you have difficulty answering that question?
I can't believe you're asking such a question.
Why do you have difficulty promising to preserve evidence at the Department of Justice? Why is that a difficult question?
I will follow the law.
It shouldn't be a difficult question.
Thank you, Ms.
At one point, Bondi directly addressed Schiff's line of questioning, stating, I'm not going to mislead this body nor you. You were censured by Congress, Senator, for comments just like this that are so reckless. This reference highlighted Schiff's censure by the House of Representatives in June 2023 for misleading the American public and conduct unbecoming of an elected member of the House of Representatives. Schiff repeatedly demanded yes or no answers to questions, including whether there was massive fraud affecting the 2020 election results and if Bondi would commit to advising the president against blanket pardons for those convicted of January 6th related offenses. Bondi, however, resisted oversimplification, responding, I can only tell you what I saw in Pennsylvania, and emphasizing that any decisions about pardons would be made on a case-by-case basis. When pressed further on whether she would ensure the preservation of evidence from the January 6th investigation, Bondi reiterated, I will follow the law and consult ethical officials in the Department of Justice. Schiff's insistence on a definitive assurance prompted Bondi to push back, questioning whether his concerns stemmed from prior incidents of mishandled evidence involving former President Trump. The exchange underscored partisan tensions, with Bondi portraying herself as a steadfast advocate for legal process amid what she characterized as Schiff's political theater. The nominee's defense of her approach, grounded in professionalism and ethics, contrasted with Schiff's assertive questioning, drawing attention to their divergent interpretations of legal accountability. Observers noted Bondi's ability to maintain composure under pressure while highlighting Schiff's censure as a counter to his critiques. The hearing further illuminated the fraught political landscape surrounding Bondi's nomination and the broader debates over justice and accountability in Washington.